Hello everybody and welcome to the Alien vs Predator Galaxy YouTube channel. This is Aaron Percival, aka Corporal Hicks.
And this is Adam Zeller, aka RidgeTop.
And we're back for another motion tracker video talking about some of the latest Alien news. And this time we have, I think, the date we've all been waiting for the last couple of months. Especially April and May were a bit agonizing to wait through, weren't they, with no news on Fireteam after March.
Yeah, all we got was a few screenshots on Alien Day, which was nice, but we were like, it's summer. Where's the date? Where's the date? But now we have it. Now we have our release date.
Indeed. Sorry, I just had to change my microphone then because it was on the bad microphone.
Oh yeah, you sound much better.
Yay! So yeah, it was this. Some of this had kind of leaked early. So yesterday, as of recording, we got our official pre-order trailer for Aliens Fireteam, or Aliens Fireteam Elite, as it is now known. And this had kind of been in the zeitgeist for a couple of weeks.
Around E3 time, yeah, there was a leak on Twitter that was saying this would appear at E3, and it was actually right after E3 at this GameSpot stream, the Play for All stream, where they did an interview with Cold Iron, and we saw some new footage of the Engineer Ruins. But he also leaked this new cover art, which had the name change, but we kind of waited on that until we had, it was something a bit more official. And then we saw the pre-orders come up on Best Buy, and then I think it was only a few hours later that they made everything official.
So you kind of have to wonder if Best Buy made them, go a bit earlier than expected. But it's here. It's finally here. So we'll watch the trailer first. We'll talk about the trailer. We'll key parts of the trailer that we found interesting. And then we'll talk about some of the pre-order stuff as well. So let's bring the trailer up.
I really dig that spaceship, the Endeavor.
Mm-hmm. But we'll talk about that after.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I do love the music.
I was just about to say that too. Yeah, I wonder if it's from the actual game or if it's just good trailer music that they found.
Well, you very rarely have actual music. Well, at least in terms of the films. I don't know about games. From the finished product is what I mean.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like I still remember Final Omen from AVP's trailer.
And that end Praetorian shot is really cool. Now we have all the pre-order incentives at the end there,
which we'll bring those up in a bit anyway. But you know what? I actually really like that trailer.
There's me too.
So much going on in it. So many brief shots. It feels like an Alien trailer without necessarily aping Alien. Those brief glimpses, that sort of alarming sound effect going along with it. I really like that trailer. It really works for me.
Yeah, that was a really solid one. Really good tension with the music and just building and all that. Just a great trailer to hype the game, which we don't have to wait too much longer for now. So that's good.
Indeed. And it seems to be doing its job. I've got to be honest, I haven't found like an official one from the Alien Fireteam Elite channel or anything, but IGN seemed to be the one that dropped it up first, and it's doing pretty well on those guys. 500,000 views, 14k,
nice.
14k upvotes, and 500 down. So in terms of percentage, that's really good. Although, to be fair, some of the comments have been, it seems to be a three-way thing on comments. Where's Isolation 2? Colonial Marines has made me hesitant, and this looks cool. So
there is no... Okay. I would love an Isolation too, but that doesn't mean I don't want Alien games like this either, because this looks awesome. Like, I like a variety of different styles of Alien games, and this is, and second point is, yeah, you can't judge this with Colonial Marines. I mean, sure, we were all burned on that, but this is an entirely different team and an entirely different game. But it does seem like we may. I mean, I'm optimistic from what I'm seeing, and it does seem like we may get the experience that we were hoping Colonial Marines would deliver and ultimately failed to.
Yeah, because Colonial Marines was hyped up as like the big squad play kind of thing, wasn't it? And to be fair, Colonial Marines was fun when you were playing with your mates. I mean, how much fun did me and you have?
Yeah, no, we had fun. I feel like the DLC campaigns were a bit better than the main campaign, but I think the majority of the fun we had with Colonial Marines was the multiplayer. Bug Hunt could have been better, but the PvP multiplayer we actually really liked. It was a shame it fizzled out as fast as it did.
So to actually have something closer to that experience, I think it's something to look forward to. And from what we've seen, I mean, we haven't had much since May in terms of like the big dump that we were getting with information, but what we have seen and some of the concerns that we had early on, things like the RPG elements, the UI elements that I had, that could be turned off. They've come out and said that can be turned off. So
customizable, and on the higher difficulties, I think it's just off by default. So
and the so we'll skip ahead to some of the achievements just on that note, actually. Because the achievements actually spoiled some of the difficulty modes, or the names of them, should I say. And if it lives up to its name...
I haven't looked through this yet. You posted this morning.
Yeah. So let me just skip to the bottom. So we have standard, intense, extreme, and insane mode. You know, with how some people were concerned that it might be a bit too arcadey. And if, that all that damage stuff ramps up and there's things like only headshots counts and stuff like that. So I think this is going to be really unique. Well, maybe not really customizable in terms of the actual experience you get. Yeah. So maybe standard is arcadey.
Well, they've talked about the modifiers too.
The challenge cards and stuff like that. So I'm actually really looking forward to this at this point,
Yeah, me too.
I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm super hyped for it. It's been, Isolation was 2014. It has been a minute since we've had a pure Alien game here. And no, I'm super excited.
So shall we have a look at some of the select pictures that we've picked up on?
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of engineering in this, I think is pretty obvious, which I think might be a bit... I feel like you're going to be like...
I'm always mixed with the prequel stuff, but I feel like some media, like the RPG, has handled the prequel stuff really well, I think. And from what I'm seeing here, it looks really interesting. It looks like really faithful environments based on what we saw in Prometheus and Covenant, but more than that, an expansion on the environments, because I know one of the complaints you had about Colonial Marines, Aaron, was when you went through the Derelict, it was pretty much just environments that we had seen, maybe with a few connecting hallways that were different. But this looks like we may actually get some really unique and new engineer facilities, as well as ruins.
Indeed.
The more temple and stone based ruins.
I mean, this looks like some sort of control room for a start. We've got what could potentially be
consoles there.
Yeah, and this and something here as well.
Oh, that looks like the console actually, because that has the little the squishy buttons.
Indeed, and there's quite a few engineering looking bits throughout the trailer. Because everything's just so flashy and glimpsy, but there was quite a few different areas. What looked like a lab at one point as well, and there was some corridors. I don't think we've got a picture of it for this video, but the pilot's chamber as well. So, and one of the campaign names seemed to allude to. Let me find it. Oh, I'm spinning myself out by looking at my mouse on the stream. one of the in the achievements as well, we got all the campaign names. So we have Priority 1, Giants in the Earth, Gift of Fire, and Only Way to Be Sure. So Giants in the Earth, I think, will probably be our engineer thing, and that's going to be a whole campaign around it. That's going to be the ruins and inside the facility, whatever it is. I'm iffy on the prequels as well. I'm not quite universally into them. I love Covenant, whereas Adam just hates everything. And
yeah, but you like the prequel elements integrated into more Alien stuff, whereas I'm like, keep them separate, I guess.
And with this stuff, I think I tend to be more a bit disappointed. The thing I don't like about the engineer aesthetic is it's noticeably not Giga-esque.
You mean, yeah, it's more mechanical and less bio.
Yeah.
Which is a contrast to how we saw the derelict in Isolation, where they very much tried to emulate how it looked in the first film. Mm-hmm. Even Colonial Marines, when they recreated the pilot's chamber, it is very much how it looked in the first film. The only real nod they had to Prometheus was the little red mapping ball flying around.
And the corridors as well. I think
some of the corridors. Yeah.
I think Colonial Marines managed to meld the two together quite nicely.
But this is pure Prometheus. The pilot chamber we see here in a second will have the cryo beds surrounding the telescopic device. So yeah,
remember if we got a picture of it actually. But yeah, it did definitely look Prometheus-y. So I'm always kind of a little bit, I'm not too sure how I feel there. I'm excited, but I like the engineers. I do, as their own thing, as an imitator of the space jockey, but I like them. I think they're freaky, especially in the first one, especially with Ian White's last one with those black eyes and stuff like that. So I kind of have I'm not quite sure where I am relationship with them, but I always like to see these new things explored or further into them. So I'm really looking forward to that from this. And this piece in particular, it looks like an obvious callback to some shots from Prometheus.
Yeah, as the ship was taking off, I believe it was MPC that did the CG work for that film, at least at that part.
And so here we have the Endeavour, which is our main base. Our main base. It's the ship that we are based out of. And
sorry, to specify, Michael, and thanks to Clara who posted about this, Michael Havart, hopefully I'm pronouncing your last name correctly, from MPC did those Prometheus CGI shots. So very faithful and cool recreation of that.
Mm-hmm. But here we have the Endeavour flying towards the refinery. Was it a refinery?
Yeah.
There's
one of the things like the Nostromo was tugging.
Mm-hmm. And I really like this design, I think it's very Halo, which I think works out quite nicely because Halo pulls a lot of its aesthetic from Alien as well.
We both had that thought. Yeah. They were like, this looks like kind of a Halo ship, very brutalist in its design.
I think it's some of the detailing, like here, how it goes in, and then you've got all the greebles and stuff like that. But then if you pull back, you also have kind of a bit of the cylindrical thing going off, like the back end of the Sulaco.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a really nice melding. I think that Aliens should be allowed to take stuff from things that Aliens inspired. So things like Avatar, things like Halo, and because it's a natural extension of Alien's original aesthetic anyway, so it works really well. And I really like this. I really like the looks of the Endeavour, and I can't wait to see a better shot of it.
It's a great looking military ship, and it definitely feels like in line with the other military ships we've seen. That was one of the things I really liked about AVP 2010 is seeing the new, and that was a bit closer to the Conestoga class that we know, like the Sulaco, but that one was the a Bougainville class, and it was the Marlowe. But this is a bit more unique in terms of a marine ship that we really haven't seen a design like this before, but it does still have some similarities, I think, with the Sulaco, that basic kind of gun shape, but still very new, very unique design, and I really dig it.
Okay, and next, I didn't take the screenshot of this very well. So this is something Adam wanted to talk about.
Yeah, we just have another look at some of the attachments for the weapons, and I thought this was kind of cool that we have a curved kind of AK style mag on the pulse rifle, because we haven't really seen that before either. So,
and when one of the later shots that we're going to get to as well, has a drum mag as well for the AK for the pulse rifle. So yeah, I feel like they've really gone all out on some of the customization here. Here's different mag styles. Enjoy, which is. I like that. So much of the I think the replayability of this, especially with it only being 4 campaigns, which I am a little bit worried about. It's the same issue I have with Hunting Grounds. Content worries me.
Yeah.
But at least with this, they seem to have just gone, here's a fuck ton of cosmetics, here's a fuck ton of modifications. Go nuts, enjoy, experiment, have different styles. And how much that impacts the gameplay remains to be seen at this point, obviously. But it's something that I feel a little less worried about, because it seems like there's a lot more going off here than Hunting Grounds necessarily has. They've only really just hit the point where I'm happy with the maps. It's been nearly a year and I finally feel like we have enough maps. So for all this content there at launch, I'm looking forward to seeing how it affects the game and how make each playthrough feel different.
Yeah.
So this beast.
So this is one of our pathogen creatures. It kind of reminds me of the trilobite a little bit, but obviously a quadruped and it has a spike tail, so a little different, but it has the weird petal mouth. So that's kind of what reminded me of that. I wonder if this is just another one of the experiments that the engineers were working on down here, or mutated wildlife, or what. I believe you said in your reporting on the achievements that the xenomorphs might be affected themselves by the pathogen, right?
So you haven't read Infiltrator yet, have you?
I have not. I'm in the process of reading it. But we just talked about that into Cridbus with the does the pathogen affect the xenomorph or not? And we're going back to the Fire and Stone now.
So no, that's not the way. That's not the route that it takes with it as such. So this is Infiltrator, without trying to spoil too much, it plays with the black goo in terms of how does it affect the local wildlife of the planet. And we are visiting the planet in this game from the book. And one of the big baddies in that is a mutated creature, local creature. I don't know if this is it, because the description was not quite nailed down, perhaps because the designs for the game weren't quite nailed down at the time he was writing it. So I don't know if this is intended to be the Leon from the book. But one of the things it also did play with was not infecting the aliens, but the hosts. So what would happen if an alien burst from a host that had been infected with the pathogen kind of thing? I personally don't think this is the route it's going down, because in the book it was very much an alien. This is not an alien. This is something different. So
No, it's not a xenomorph. It's an alien.
Yeah, well, it's not an XX121. But this again is something I'm really interested in. And again, knowing you hate the black goo, I like the black goo because of the opportunities that it can give for the story, and it can give in terms of games for the enemy variety here. So I'm really interested to see what Cold Iron do with it. Obviously, we seem to be following more of a neomorphic design aesthetic here.
Some calls with that too, with the white coloring as well. Yeah,
and as well in the background
have some smaller ones creeping forward.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do. I'm looking forward to spoiled it. Looking forward to seeing more of the designs of the pathogen creatures, as they seem to be called anyway. Again, that came from the achievements, because there was achievements for killing so many xenomorphs, killing so many synthetics, killing so many pathogens. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing more of these. What do we have here?
So this looks like another very Prometheus-looking hallway with the engineer suits flanking the walls. You can see the drum mag on the pulse rifle there, and also it looks like an extended barrel as well, or
A flash hider.
Yeah, flash hider or compensator, one of those.
So what bloody mouse. What I found really interesting about this is we've got engineer suits.
Yeah, and hey, I gotta say the models look spot on. Like I've seen one of them at the Alien 40th anniversary exhibit in Los Angeles, and it looks super accurate to how that looks. So I mean, well done, Cold Iron. Like the model there just looks great.
Well, my thinking is if they've got a model for the suit, might we also have an ambulatory one?
Well, we do see the ship doors opening, I think, in another one of the screenshots you have here above the what do they call it? The
Iris, I guess.
No, the Juggernaut.
Oh yeah, the Juggernaut.
The ship's called the Juggernaut in Prometheus, but the Iris is opening above it. So I'm like, is this a Prometheus type deal? We're trying to stop another ship from taking off, or
this could be interesting to see how they handle it, actually, because I prefer John Spates' script for engineers for Prometheus, but it would have been interesting to see how he visualized that combat, because or how Scott would have visualized the combat, because they had things like hand missiles and stuff, which I think I was a little bit on at that point in the script. But then you also have things like the Fire and Stone series where they actually have pew pew laser guns, which I did quite like the design of, actually. But I really want to know if we're going to be actually fighting them here, and I think that's another one of the things I've been a little bit on. Would I like this? Would I not? Will it play well?
Yeah. Maybe we wake one up and we're like, we come in peace.
No, we've come for more life. But yeah, so I'm really interested to see if we do end up fighting them. And of course, here's the shot that Adam was just talking about, where we can see the door
Iris
opening above. And this looks more like a cinematic, I think. But then again, I don't know, because there's lots of third-person POV shots, isn't there? So who knows at that point? I realise I've really picked on the Prometheus elements, the engineer elements for this one.
Yeah, I thought that was my job.
Well, no, as in I've picked on them to talk about. I like a lot of this. So
no, I mean I do too. Again, I can compartmentalize my feelings on the prequels, but I do feel like the prequel elements can be integrated well. And again, the RPG did it really well, and I'll be interested to see how they're integrated here.
So nothing really to talk about with this one. I just like the shot. But I think that's it in terms of, yes, the screenshots that I picked on to talk about. Otherwise, some of the renders of the aliens look gorgeous.
Yeah, all the aliens look fantastic.
Some good shots of the runners, this game's incarnation, the Praetorian, some good shots of that in here.
And the Cameron Warrior and the Big Chap, like both of them are completely new renders, and they both look just awesome.
So last up to talk about then, I guess, is the pre-order and DLC stuff. So if you pre-order the game, you receive the Hardened Marine Pack, which gets an emote, chestburster emote. So that's something that I think we've only really just learnt about recently, isn't it? Wasn't that the GameSpot stream?
About the emotes, yeah. That'll be funny. Just like, hey guys, I'm chest bursting, even though they've seen these horrific things in real life for them.
So very much a I think state of the gaming world moment there, isn't it?
No, I mean, yeah, you have to have those fun little elements sometimes, and it should be interesting.
And a bandana accessory, so going Vasquez-ish there. digital red camo weapon color. It's only on the pulse rifle there, but I don't know if that carries across to some of the other weapons. Obviously, we'll find out at some point. And same again with the weapon decal stuff. We've got what looks like a flame.
Yeah. Fire effect on there.
Very classy. The Endeavor, and of course, Adios. Call back to Vasquez's weapon, smart gun from Aliens. So all cosmetic, and I think that's pretty much going to be the theme throughout all the DLC kind of stuff. Is it worth a pre-order? Oh, Adam, what do you think?
I mean, for me, yeah. I went ahead and got the Deluxe Edition already, which I don't know if you have on the next page here.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, a pre-order, it always comes down to, regardless of what the ultimate opinions are surrounding the game, if you see yourself playing this regardless. And obviously we're both huge Alien fans, so we're going to play this no matter what. But I have a good feeling about this game. I'm optimistic, and I'm, I really don't think we have another Colonial Marine situation where it's just going to end up being a massive disappointment. Like everything I've seen with the gameplay and the, all the IGN footage of the walkthroughs, it looks like it's going to be a solid experience for me. So
I will also be pre-ordering the game. It is an Alien game. I'm going to give it a go because I'd rather make my own opinion up about it. But I always want extra goodies. I do.
Yeah, so. I was hoping for a steelbook. I was hoping for a physical collector's edition with a little alien statue. But
that is something we can give to Colonial Marines.
They did have a pretty cool collector's edition. Yeah,
that power loader with the alien on top. Oh man, I wish I would have seen that. It was I think it was at San Diego or New York Comic Con. I can't remember which one, where they had a physical
full size that you could climb in, photo opportunities. Yeah.
You guys get all the good stuff. I mean, Isolation, you got the
egg pod thing?
Yeah.
Well, I never got to go to either of those. I missed out on those, but
well, your country got them. I would love something awesome like that.
I thought you got the egg pod in one because didn't they demo Isolation at one UK convention or something?
They did, but it wasn't in the pods. So this is the Deluxe Edition, which seems to be a digital. That's the point. The game is receiving physical releases on the console. We have seen that,
which is good. It's always good to have the option for people who prefer physical.
But it does seem like the Deluxe Edition is a digital thing from the looks of it. Is this only on the PC for the Deluxe? You can pre-order it on Steam.
No, you can. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it has all the systems listed there at the bottom. So if they're not up for pre-order yet, they should be soon, I would imagine.
Well, I was just thinking because Best Buy didn't have a Deluxe Edition up for pre-order, from what I remember.
I
don't know. It's a question. It's a question. We'll have to find out. But you can definitely get this on the PC. Although this one's slightly different in that it's not all cosmetic here. So the stuff that you get for the Deluxe Edition is two things. It's an Endeavor Pass and an Endeavor Veteran Pack. And in the Veteran Pack, you get Hicks's shotgun, basically, this cut down Ithaca. I think it's an Ithaca. So you actually get a weapon here, which is different from the cosmetic stuff. You get Classic and Classic Elite armor skins, which I think is more of the Aliens vibe, with some of the looks of the Marines on display here. Classic Ballistic and Classic headset helmets. So I guess that's more this guy here. And
I do like the black and gray looks with the Marine armor there. That's cool.
The Sulaco cap, so Epone's cap. Weapon colors, which are these ones here. So we've got Chrome, Digital Urban, Desert, and Blue Camo. Some more decals here, which is the Caution Stripe. Emotes. So we have Epone's look into my eye. Sorry, middle finger. And a Sloppy Salute, which I guess is supposed to be more of a Hudson thing.
How do I get out of this chicken shit outfit?
And lastly is just a pack of random challenge cards, which we don't know much about yet, other than that it modifies gameplay somehow. But other than that, I think the details on that are still a bit non-existent. And then an Endeavour Pass, which is apparently 4 full DLC bundles to be released later. So whether this is more mappage.
So about that, I believe these are going to be cosmetic packs, because I did see somewhere, I can't remember, that they were going to be released alongside free major gameplay updates.
Okay, yes, that's right. So I wonder if the major gameplay updates are going to be maps or campaigns.
Yeah.
Which I really hope they continue to bring out campaigns for this.
Yeah, me too. I think I saw on Game Informer that this isn't planned to be a live service game, but I think even with games that are not, also this is the standard edition is $40, so it's not considered a full price game, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it'll be, I guess, I don't know, like, so with games like this, like you look at, for example, Star Wars Squadrons, right? That was a $40 game. It was just a very focused experience on that, but they still had a full campaign. They still had multiplayer, and they did do additions to that game. I don't know if they had any story or campaign additions. I think they just added some extra ships and maps. So I do hope the updates to this will be substantial. But I think what they mean with that this won't be a live service game is this isn't something they're planning to have keep going years and years into the future with new stuff. Like maybe we'll see a year or so of some new campaigns or maps, hopefully. But the core experience that you get when you get the game is going to be, this is the meat of the game here. And whatever else that comes out is going to be add-ons. At least that's how I'm interpreting it.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. So, did you pre-order the Deluxe Edition? Did you say?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I will be. I'm going to be honest. So this is $60, I think. So a $20 increase for a pack and 4 additional. So five DLC packs in the end. So we'll have to see how much, whether that equates to saving money when it actually comes out, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I am. This last trailer's, I think, amped me a bit more than some of the other ones. I really did enjoy this one, and hearing some of the stuff and what we've seen from IGN. You know, I'm really looking forward to this. And August 24th. Yeah, August 24th is the release date. So 2 months away, literally today. It's 24th of June today. So not too long to go. Feels like an eternity anyway. But yeah, so we'll see. And have you got anything else to talk about with this one?
No, I mean, I'm just excited. The new artwork's pretty cool. The cover art's is cool with the kind of like a Descent into Hell type of vibe going on.
Very Doom, I think.
Yeah. It reminded me of Doom for sure. I wonder what the deal was with the name change, Fireteam Elite. First of all, it's like Fireteam Elite. Why not Elite Fireteam? But
you see, I was never really keen on Fireteam as a title because it you don't think Fireteam when you think aliens, do you? In terms of Colonial Marine organization. Of course, it is an actual thing, but it's not something that jumps out at you like Colonial Marines would. So it's not one I was always like, oh, that's awesome. When I first heard it, I was like, I kind of wish there'd have been a bit more flavorful in terms of the end of it. So I don't have any examples because I'm not imaginative right now, but like the name of the squad in the game. So Fireteam, let's go Starship Troopers, Roughnecks, you know, that kind of thing. It's Rico's Roughnecks, Razak's Roughnecks. So I would have kind of liked something a bit more flavorful in perhaps what's in the narrative of the game, but I do prefer Fireteam Elite as a title. I must be honest. It just feels a little more to it.
I agree, and they better be elite if there's only 3 of them against all those aliens. So,
but the cover art is awesome. I really like the red in terms of giving it its own identity. You know, Aliens is always blue, it's always green,
Yeah.
and this helps this stand out from a visual perspective, but it also kind of echoes genocide. Might not necessarily echo it in terms of actual narrative stuff, but it makes me think of genocide, and it makes
we
me
don't get
think
the Xeno Zip power up.
well, we might get some accelerant power up. You know, accelerant. The black goo did take the place of royal jelly in the narrative, which you hate. Both of.
We'll just turn ourselves into giant like zombie monsters to fight the aliens.
I hope we see Firefield, the original Firefield monsters in this. I really do. Give me wet as Firefield alien, which is of course in the RPG. It's the Abomination. So yeah.
Also agreed. And with the Xbox version, it has the smart delivery. So it'll work on either the Xbox One or if you have the Xbox Series S or X. And I assume it'll be optimized based on which of those platforms you have. I think for the PS4 and PS5 one, the PS4 comes with a free PS5 upgrade.
Yes. Yeah. Higgs said that on Twitter, I think.
Yeah, I believe it said that on the cover art itself of the PS4 version. So I guess if you want both versions, get the PS4 version if you have a PS4 and a PS5. For me, this looks like it's going to be fun on PC, so I just got it on Steam myself. And thank you for bringing it to Steam, Cold Iron, so I don't have to wait a year for the Steam exclusivity like I did with Hunting Grounds.
No Epic exclusive here. Good. Right, well, what about everybody else out there? Has this trailer got you a bit more amped for this one, or are you still in that hesitation crowd? You'll have to let us know in the comment section below. As always, please do check out our hub of activity on avpgalaxy.net. That's where everything's based from. That's where the articles go up first. You can find a podcast on there. Well, you can also find it on YouTube, but you can find the audio version there if you'd rather listen to the audio stuff than watch the videos. If you are new to the channel, please go and take a look at some of our other content, some of our lore videos, our interviews, our let's plays, our live stream, stuff like that. We do a lot of different things, don't we? So please go check them out and let us know what you're thinking. This has been Corporal Hicks
and RidgeTop.
Thank you for watching.